Okay, I think we're live. Hello and welcome to a live match reaction to Leeds United's 1-1 draw with Luton Town at Ellen Road earlier tonight. We are live on YouTube and Facebook, so get your comments, get your questions in, get all your thoughts in from that draw. I'm NkGhTg. Joining me is All Things Leeds website writer Johnny Chick. Johnny, hello.
Hi, mate. You all right?
All right. I'm all right after that. I guess a point isn't the end of the world. How are you?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, like you say, it's not the end of the world, but it just could have been a lot more, and we could have been further ahead. But now we'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great tonight, was it? It wasn't great.
No, no. It was like the Fulham game, well, the first half, but with more possession. I don't know. It was just like we just lacked that tempo to go forward and play those little interchanges in midfield that we usually see. I thought the substitutions of Alioski and Hernandez were again needed, and I thought they both performed quite well. Hernandez was a bit iffy with his passing, but so I thought they were needed. But yeah, it's just those few chances at the end as well that we really should have taken. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very, very frustrating game, really. Watching it on LUTV, I feel sorry for you because you paid a tenner to watch that. You've been completely mugged off there. But, you know, Beckford was saying that he thought Leeds probably deserved the win. I'd argue that it was a fair result, really, because Luton Town, you know, the way they play, I thought they set up perfectly tonight. I thought, you know, I just didn't think Leeds did enough, really. Didn't do enough. They were short on ideas. And Luton Town, I mean, they defended resolutely.
Yeah, they did. You can't say they weren't value for at least a point. I think a win would have been a bit harsh on us, but yeah, certainly they came and they did a job, didn't they? They got that first goal, which was the all important goal, because then they allowed them to sit back and defend. And I thought the two centre backs isolated Bamford really well. Sonny Bradley at the back did really well. Forced Bamford out wide. We saw in that second half he was drifting into the wing positions. He, lacked that space in the box. So. Yeah, I thought they came and did a job. That's what they'll have happily taken a point there. And you could argue we deserved the win because obviously we were the much better footballing team. We played a lot, of possession and created the chances, and we had way more shots than them and tested the keeper a bit more in that second half. But in terms of taking the chances, their finish was a really good finish. Cornick, I think it was, with the finish into the top corner. So yeah, they came and did the job, and I'm sure they'll be there much happier, the two sides.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that point will be massive for them in their hope for survival. But they came and they did their job well. They came, defended well, and managed to win a point. I mean, we knew it was going to be that type of game as well, didn't we? We knew that Luton were going to come. They were scrapping for points, so they weren't going to just lay back and roll over and let us tickle the bellies. They were going to come over, defend hard and resolutely. They were going to be hard to break down. And there wasn't going to be much space in behind to exploit. That's why I was saying, because a few people saying, oh, we'll beat them 5-0 because we beat Fulham 3-0. Against Fulham, it was a wide open game. Fulham were attacking, we were attacking. There was a lot of space in behind to exploit. Against Luton, they sat back and there wasn't any of that space. So we knew, we knew how they were going to defend. And it was just Leeds just short on ideas, really, and just lacking creativity.
Yeah, it was. It's, again, like you're saying, those teams against Fulham, our style of play works really well because we do interchanging passes, and Fulham are a side that are willing to attack and try and get the goals as well. But like you say, you look at the teams we face are in the bottom half of the table. Luton earlier on this season, we nabbed a win in the last minute. Barnsley, it took us the final few minutes to really get going. Charlton, we've lost to. Wigan, we've lost to. We know that these teams are going to try sit back, and I don't know why it's almost a shock to Leeds fans that we haven't spanked them like 5-6-0, because we're not that kind of team to be able to break through these rock solid defences. So yeah, we knew they were going to come and do that, and they've done their job. And I think we are predictable. We obviously switched Costa and Harrison wings to try and switch it up a bit, but again, it's the same sort of switches of play. I thought we played too many long balls tonight as well. And yeah. I don't know what your opinion on the corners were, but I thought they were awful, especially first half.
Yeah, corners are always awful. I mean, there was that string towards the end of the first half we got corner after corner after corner, and they were just getting launched in, going way over, just getting headed out. Yeah, set pieces are just really, really poor. And we probably need to do something about them. I don't think Calvin is the man to be on a set pieces. Probably give it to a wing or so. That's what I always like to do. When I'm playing FIFA or whatever, I always put the wingers in corners because that's their bread and butter. Crossing a ball into the box, that is their bread and butter. They're a winger. That's their job. So I always like to put wingers on corners and their set pieces. But yeah, it was just so frustrating. We always seem to struggle against really, really poor teams like this. And yeah, very disappointing. As David Coleman says on YouTube, very disappointing result. Yes, very disappointing. Shane LUFC says we got shithoused and Bamford back to his best. I'm guessing that was sarcastic. David Brooks on YouTube also says same old Leeds. Leeds, poor finishing. This is going down to the last game. Look out, Leeds, Brentford are coming. He said that twice for some reason. Poor finishing tonight, really poor finishing. Johnny, we had so many chances tonight, clear-cut chances as well. So many clear-cut chances. And yeah, we just struggled to put anything away.
Yeah, especially those two in the second half, Bamford and Costas were very similar, like the diving headers. I don't know what Bamford was doing for that first one. It was almost like he went to chest it, and then
that was.
I really don't know what was happening there.
I was laughing so much at that.
Yeah,
I mean, it was such a good play as well because Hernandez, I think it was Hernandez, fantastic ball down to Alioski. Oh no, it was Jack Harrison, wasn't it? Jack Harrison actually on the left.
4 or 5 men on the left, weaved his way through. Yeah, and then putting a great ball, and I don't know what he tried to do. No clue.
He completely missed the ball. I mean, anyone could have scored that. I could have scored that. If I was in that position, all you have to do is just stand there, let the ball hit you on the head, and it's a goal.
Yeah.
But it just jumps up in the air, completely misses it. That was horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Helder Costa as well towards the end. The last chance of the game really, Helder Costa with that header, that missed chance. That was frustrating. I mean, it really was a story of the night. Leeds United just struggling to create, fantastic, good chances and struggled to put away the chances that they did create, really. Looking at the comments, David Coleman on YouTube says Bamford missed a complete sitter. Definitely did, yeah. As we say, fantastic work from Jack Harrison, and I feel sorry for him that Bamford didn't put it away. Because Jack Harrison deserved that to be an assist because it was such a good run on that left. But Bamford just really, really poor. David Coleman, but enough chances to win the game. Yeah, definitely enough chances to win the game. Just struggled to put them away. Robbie Pollard on a YouTube, I want me a £10 back, blooming useless. Yeah, Johnny, do you want your £10 back?
Give it to the club. I'm not a season ticket holder, so that's my contribution for this season. But no, I'll give it to them. They can keep it. But did you hear about the fact that there was potential? The lights were blinding Costa and Bamford when they had their chances, because that was mentioned in commentary, and I think they were speaking to each other about the game, that the fact they could have been blinded by. But I don't know if that's.
No, I didn't hear that at all. But I mean, they play in the stadium every single home game, so.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see how that's going to be an effect on them now. Andrew O'Connor on YouTube says poor all round at set pieces. Yeah, very poor set pieces tonight. David Coleman, Costa should have scored 2, and Dallas. I mean, Dallas did score. DC on YouTube, if Bielsa's such a good manager, how come he doesn't realise Bamford is shit? I mean, Bamford's just his boy, isn't he? Bamford is just his boy. I mean, it's really annoying, Johnny. I mean, we could probably sign Lionel Messi and he'd still play Bamford up front.
Yeah, he would. I think he fits the system. We know that he does, and he works his socks off. I'm not denying that. But if he could put those chances away, even 50% of the chances that he has, we'd be so much further ahead now. It's annoying, it's frustrating, because I don't like to get on the back of Leeds players. I want to support them, but there is only so many times you can support them and not say, realistically, he should have done better there, which he should have done. I think he had that chance in the first half, which was from a really tight angle, which I didn't think he could have done much more with. But again, those chances where he sort of just swings a leg at stuff, and I think he connected with some chances as well. There was a strike where it hit the side netting, which I don't think he could have done much more with. But again, these gilt-edged chances just need to be taken, because realistically, that's what Eddie Nketiah did. He came on and took the simple chances and scored some pretty hard ones as well. That header against Preston away was a really difficult one. I don't think Bamford would have scored that one. So, yeah, it's annoying whether Tyler could have gone up to that number 9 position, and we don't really have anyone else because August, and I don't know what's happened with him, whether he's not going to really renew his contract, and he's injured anyway. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's frustrating. We just got to get behind him, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, moving into the first half then, I mean, Leeds really were dominant in the first half. Luton didn't offer anything at all, didn't create any chances. And Leeds, created a few chances, Bamford early on, and then Robertson Costa hitting over the bar. But Leeds were dealt with a big blow on 10 minutes as Liam Cooper went off. Looked to be a back problem, and he was really struggling to walk and even run. So, yeah, hopefully it's not too serious. Hopefully he is back soon. But yeah, Johnny, that was really annoying to see because Liam Cooper, some games he's not too good, but then majority of games this season he's been fantastic. He's the captain, club captain. He's such an influential player, and yeah, if he's out for the next few games, then that's going to be a really big blow.
Yeah, of course. He's improved so much under Bielsa. I think a couple of seasons ago, if he saw him got injured, he wouldn't have really minded, to be honest. You still have Janssen in there, and we still got Ben White, but I just think we missed that leadership. I didn't think we brought the ball out of defence quick enough without him in there. But I thought Berardi's a decent replacement. Bielsa's transformed him as well. He was really good at the start of last season and has played well in the games that he's played in this season. But then the decision to bring him off and then put Phillips at the back, you can see what he was trying to do. I thought we lost it in midfield without Phillips in there, though, and we always do. So I think Cooper is going to be a massive miss, especially if he doesn't decide to play Berardi, because then I think we could play a lot worse without Phillips in that role that he occupies.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, fingers crossed Cooper isn't out for too long. Hopefully it's just a little knock he picked up tonight, and hopefully he recovers quickly. Andrew O'Connor on YouTube says, without Cooper, we are useless at attacking the ball in the air in the opponent's area. I mean, yeah, I'd agree. I mean, Berardi, he's much more than Cooper. It's just a fact that. So yeah, without Cooper, we missed that leadership, and yeah, we do miss that aerial quality in the box because Cooper is good at set pieces really. So yeah, Liam Cooper, if he's out for a long time, is going to be a massive miss. So hopefully he is back soon. But Berardi, though, he came on 12 minutes. And then at halftime, it was 0-0 at halftime. And Berardi was taking off. I feel real sorry for Berardi because literally come on. I don't think he did too much wrong, but Bielsa just thinks, nah, mate, you're coming off and I'm changing it all.
Yeah, I think it was more tactical wise. Yeah, like you said, he didn't do much wrong. I didn't know whether he'd almost given away a penalty or free kick on the edge of the box, which I sort of had a bit of a heart in mouth situation there. But apart from that, he looked solid. I guess it was another tactical switch, just one of the players that Bielsa had to take off, like Bamford and Costa at the weekend.
Yeah, it definitely was a tactical switch because, Berardi went off. Alioski went on. It went to back three of Phillips, Ayling, and Ben White, and then Dallas was right wing back. Alioski was left wing back. And, to be honest, if I'm going to be honest, I wasn't surprised to see this change. And I'm actually quite surprised that we didn't start with this, really, because Luton Town, they play two up front. And anytime we come up against a team who play two up front, we always seem to go three at the back. So I was surprised to not see us start with three at the back. Were you, Johnny?
Yeah, I sort of forgot that they play that two up front because they had those changes from their last game and a couple of injuries in the warm up. But yeah, he likes that when he likes to add another centre back for how many strikers up front they were. And I don't think they caused us too many problems from plays just that weren't set pieces. I don't think we looked like we were going to struggle against them. So I guess there is an argument for him to play that three at the back, and I do think we looked more defensively sound when we did play that formation. I'm more frustrated that we didn't switch it early enough and put Roberts up front and play him back in that position because I feel like he was slightly more isolated again in that midfield. But I think the formation change worked, and it's something if Cooper is injured, I wouldn't mind seeing in the next few games.
Yeah, I think the three at the back formation works quite well. You mentioned Tyler Roberts; he had a few chances tonight. I thought Tyler Roberts was probably the most threatening for us going forward. He was Leeds United's danger man going forward. I thought he had a fantastic game.
No, he did well. There was chances in the first half where he just sort of got nipped off the ball, but again, everything does seem to come through him. I thought Jack Harrison played really well on that on the left and the right that he came into. But Click, again, another one that didn't really stand out. He didn't really have much on the ball at all. And like you say, everything does come through Roberts. I just think he'd be slightly more attacking and threatening if he did it in the penalty area, because Bamford didn't really seem to be able to get the better of their two centre-halves.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I 100% think that Roberts is way better at number 9, but he does a job anyway. Plays really. I think he is a good player. Before we get into the second half, let's have a look at the comments. So, Robbie Pollard on YouTube says, "Why can't we take corners? Absolutely woeful." Yeah, it's a mystery and it needs to be looked at. David Coleman on YouTube, 2 points dropped and 2 injuries too. Yes, so Dallas went off in added time, didn't he? 6 minutes of added time. Dallas went off. For Shackleton. It looked like Dallas had pulled up with a hamstring pull, really. And, if it's a hamstring injury, then that's not a good sign.
No, not at all. That's 2 of your players who have played the majority of the season who'd be out injured. And Dallas, although he did score today, but I don't think he had one of his best games. I think it was quite sloppy in possession, but he's one of our key men. He really is. He's a great utility player who can play anywhere on the pitch, from left back, midfield, right back, even in goal if we needed to have him in there. He's going to be a big miss if he is injured. Hopefully he's not. But I suppose the people who could replace him, whether you start Alioski at left back then and don't use him as that impact, so I'm not too sure where the team would look with Dallas injured. But certainly it'd be a huge miss had with Cooper if they're injured.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Cooper, of course, captain, he'll be a big miss in Dallas. Yeah, such a good player. For me, Dallas has been the player of the season. He's such a versatile player. He's a solid player, does a job. Every single game he does a good job. So yeah, he will be a big miss. Hopefully he isn't out for too long. Hopefully it's just a little pull that he got tonight, and hopefully is we took him off, which is the correct decision. Hopefully we took him off just as a precaution and not because he couldn't continue anymore. Hopefully he isn't out for too long. Looking at the comments as well, Shane UFC says Barcelona take Bamford. I mean, nothing that's going to happen, but Barcelona did take Martin Braithwaite. So who knows if Bamford could play for Barcelona in a few years? Who knows? But getting to the second half. So 50 minutes, Luton Town went ahead. Harry Cornick, the halftime substitute for Luton, with the goal, and nice goal as well, to be fair, cutting on his right foot, found the top right hand corner. Nice finish, to be fair to him.
Yeah, really good finish. Came out of the blue a bit, but very good finish into the top corner. I don't think you can really criticise Meslier for that. I think it was a really good finish. Maybe you could close him down a bit and not let him into that sort of space to bend it into the top corner, but it's a very good finish. You can't do much about it, and that's what they came to do. They came to take these chances. It's so frustrating seeing other teams get 1 or 2 chances in their game and take them. It's I'd happily play like that, to be honest, just to take the chances and get some goals, because how many chances we had today and they take one up the other end and bend it really well into the top corner. It's what they came to do, and they did it well. It was a great finish.
Yeah, I mean, 1 chance, 1 shot and 1 goal. Really frustrating. I mean, just a simple ball forward as well. Just a simple ball through the middle. The defenders, they're on him. Whether someone could have come in and cut out the pass, maybe. But it was a counter-attacking goal. Just 1 ball forward to Cornick, and good finish to the lads. So not much we really could have done, to be honest. And Meslier couldn't have done much about it. But Meslier, though, what do you think of him? Because another game with Meslier, and I think his distribution's fantastic. There's times where he grabs a corner, throws it out really quickly, and we go on the attack. I think his distribution is fantastic. But there were moments in that first half, especially where he would whip in a corner, he'd come out just willy-nilly trying to catch it. I think he needs to work on some of his decision making at times, because sometimes he just comes out, misses the ball completely. And then, at one point during the second half, it came right out and to head the ball out, and that could have easily gone wrong. So Elan Meslier, another game with him in between the sticks. What do you think of him?
I think, again, as a shot stopper, and like you say, someone who distributes the ball, I think he's fantastic. He led their counter attack for our second or third goal against Fulham, one of them two, and his distribution again tonight, his ability just to be able to spot those passes and set us on the attack, I thought was spot on again today. Again, but like you say, sometimes in that first half, I think there was one corner that they looked like they were really threatening from, and he, instead of catching the ball, he just palmed it out with one hand, and luckily it fell to a Leeds player. But again, I think in that situation he had Phillips next to him and one of their other defenders. So I'd rather him punch it out and luckily it goes to a Leeds player than catch it, drop it, and there's a bit of confusion. But that headed one. I'm glad he came for it because we could see keepers hesitate and not be willing to go for it. I'm happy he's willing to take a beating, get into that ball.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, he won the ball at the end of the day, so he can't really be criticised for that. And he was put into I think the pass was a bit short as well back to him. But again, I think he's been solid. He kept however many clean sheets when he came back into the side against Hull and Huddersfield. And I don't think many of the goals he's conceded you can really criticise him that much for. So I think he's young still. You've got to remember he's getting that experience in the Championship. So I'm happy with him within the sticks still. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think he is better than NkGhTg. I mean, NkGhTg in that situation coming out for the ball, I think he would have made a complete mess of it, to be honest. Mezia, he's a good goalkeeper, but he does have some areas to improve. I do think. But Leeds United's equaliser came on a 63 minutes. Stuart Dallas with the goal. Nice build-up play here from Leeds United, and Alioski. Just a nice, simple pass into the box, made it look so easy, and then Dallas with a comfortable finish. It was a really nice goal.
Yeah, really nice, really good team build up into Alioski, and he cut the defence really well with that ball. I don't think many people on the pitch would have spotted that bar, the likes of Pablo or Jack Harrison. So I thought it was a really good ball, well taken finish by Dallas on his weak foot. And I think from Alioski during the game, some of his crosses were really good as well. His passing seemed to be quite accurate, which is a massive improvement on him because even at the start of this season, we know him for being quite rash and just skying chances. He took his shot on the weekend really well, really composed with that. And that ball, to be able to make that split decision and make that pass was really, really good. I'm really impressed with Alioski and what he's done. And glad Dallas got that goal because I'm not sure how many goals he scored this season, but he certainly scored a few from defence. Very happy for him to get a goal as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, really good that Dallas got the goal. And Alioski, good assist. And Alioski, he's been really impressive coming off the bench in these past few games. I've been really, really impressed with Alioski. For me, if I had to pick a man of the match for Leeds United, it would be Alioski. I thought it was fantastic when he came on for the second half. Leeds United kept on creating chances, but just not clinical enough. And let me have a look at the comments here. There was a good comment earlier. Hold on 1 second. And there's a lot of corners coming in. Comments coming in. Thank you to everyone for the comments. Oh yeah, I've lost it. Here we go. David Coleman on YouTube. Tyler isn't that clinical either, to be honest. We haven't got anyone clinical in the squad. And I mean, it's hard to disagree with him, Johnny. I mean, Bamford, 14 goals. I think Jack Harrison, 7 or something, and Helder Costa about 4. It's not good enough, really. Not enough goals coming from the forward players.
No, it's not. I think Jack Harrison's just probably overtaken own goal, which was our second top goal scorer for ages. The amount of own goals we've scored, but we're not clinical enough. Luton have shown that they are. 1 chance, 1 goal, and the amount of chances, the amount of balls we put into the box, and no one gets on the end of them. No one seems to want to stick that ball in the back of the net. And I thought we saw a couple more long shots in the game. I think Dallas and Roberts had a few, which I like to see instead of just making that extra pass and putting another ball into the box that realistically does nothing. So we definitely need to work on our shooting. 100% agree with that comment because I think Roberts, if he's put in that number 9 position, I think he sticks quite a few of them away. You see his reaction when Bamford and Costa are missing those chances. He was fuming because I think he knows that he could be doing better in that position if he's given that position. You look at the chances he scored. That header against Hull is so much harder than any of the headers that we've had today. Yeah. And he could most likely stick that away. So he's definitely our most clinical player on the pitch, but if Bamford could just put half the chance he has away, it would be sailing right now. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, if you had Mitrovic there with all the chances that Bamford gets, he'd be on 20 odd right now. But, I look at it, though. Bamford, 14 goals. Kemar Roof, at past 2 seasons for Leeds, has been
Yes,
club's highest goal scorer with just 15. So, Bamford can't be doing too much wrong compared to Kemar Roof. Speaking of Roberts, Robbie Pollard on YouTube says, Roberts penalty shout. There was a point in the second half where he ran into the box and his shirt was clearly tugged and the officials didn't see it.
Yeah, there definitely was a tug of the shirt there. He darted into the box. I think again it's one of them you don't want to really sort of encourage diving in the game, but I think if he goes to the ground, maybe it gets more of a chance of getting a penalty there. I think a little shirt tug, we see it constantly in corners, and you look at the amount of corners that we had, and one of their defenders would go down really on the slightest touch, and they'd get a free kick. So I think he probably needs to go down there. But again, you don't really want to encourage diving with every little touch you get.
Yeah.
But definitely a definite shout for a penalty there. Yeah.
Do you think if there was fans in the ground who shouted for a penalty, it would have been awarded? Do you think the referee would have crumbled under fan pressure and awarded a penalty? I mean, you'd like to think not,
maybe.
But I think it might have happened.
It could have done, yeah. I think we were probably we were 1-0 down at the time in that one, I think. So the referee could have crumbled. Again, you look at how many games we went without having a penalty, and a lot of referees seem to not give clear and obvious penalties that we've had in the past. So again, it's a 50-50 one, and I think if we concede that penalty, it's a bit frustrating because it's a bit of a soft one. But the argument's there. It's a shirt tug. I think if Roberts goes down, maybe that gives the referee a bit more of a decision to make with that one. But yeah, it's hindsight, isn't it, really?
Yeah, definitely. David Coleman on YouTube says Cooper injury is a big blow. Definitely is. And he also says Dallas definitely injured with a hamstring injury. Hopefully he is. He is not injured. David Coleman, yeah, but Luton play 0 up front, 6-4-0. I mean, yeah, they were just bumping long balls forwards. It says 10 men behind the ball all the time. Yeah. And they were very hard to break down with that. So, yeah, credit to Luton. They came and, they did their job very well. David Coleman says, agreed, Roberts was very creative today. Yeah, it was creative. I thought it was Leeds' best player going forward. Craig Corns on our YouTube says, very frustrating as the majority of our points dropped. We have been the better team. Should have had it wrapped up and done at Liverpool this season. I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at the start of the season, I think everyone's thinking that we're going to wrap it up so soon, but, it's never going to be like that. The Championship is a very hard division, 46 games in the season. It's a very hard league to get out of. But yeah, very frustrating because, yeah, we were the better footballing team, more possession, but we just struggle to do anything with it, unfortunately. And that's the harsh reality. We dominate games, but just struggle to put away chances. Paul H on YouTube says, from a Luton perspective, it was a fantastic result. We had to park the bus against a very good Leeds team. Our players sweated blood, so deserve a point. Don't forget we scored a brilliant goal. I mean, yeah, no denying it. It was a fantastic finish. And yeah, Luton perspective, fantastic result. That point will go a long way. And yeah, we've given Luton a lot of credit in this live stream. They came and did the job well, defended well, and won a good point away at a good Leeds team. So yeah, all credit to Luton Town, and you know what? Good luck to them as well, because if they stay up, then that means that Hull, Middlesbrough, and was it Huddersfield Town? They could go down. Yeah. So no complaints here. David Coleman on YouTube says a good finish, but Ben White shouldn't have allowed the shot. Yeah, I mean Ben White probably could have closed down a little bit more, but I think it's just a moment of brilliance from what's his name again? Cornick. Keep on forgetting his name. Cornick, yeah. Paul H, but it was a great pass as well. One of the few we played forward. Yeah, Alioski pass. I think he's talking about there. You have a very good side who will only get better with experience and time. So this is a Luton perspective here from Paul H. No, I mean we're top of the league, so of course we have a very good side. But yeah, very young side as well, Johnny. So if we go up and we manage to keep the squad together, they're very young. They're going to grow up together, and get promoted together. I think we've got a good, solid squad together. Really, all young, and they're going to be good in a few years.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I think if we go up, I don't think the target is to stay up. Realistically, I think there are far worse teams in the Premier League. We could go up, and I may be eating my words with that, but I genuinely think, realistically, Calvin Phillips is a player who was looking at what 35 million pound from Aston Villa in the summer. Jack Harrison is a great prospect, as is Ben White. I think I saw a target come out that was about 35 million that Brighton wanted for him. He's a great youngster. Like Meslier still got time, and I think the frustrating thing is now with Cooper and Dallas potentially injured, they are two of the real experienced players in the squad, bar you likes of Ayling and Hernandez and Bamford. That we do have quite a young squad, so
yeah.
I think in the Premier League, I think it would be a great squad to play with, because so many of the teams in the Premier League will match us with our footballing style. There are so many teams in the Championship who will sit behind the ball, and that's their style, that's the way they play, and that's the way they win games. So full credit to them, it's just their way of playing football. But I think a lot of teams in the Premier League will play like the likes of Fulham and likes of West Brom and Brentford, where we can get at them and find those pockets of space. So I think it'd be a really exciting team to see in the Premier League. Just fingers crossed we can do it.
Yeah, definitely fingers crossed. Prem Watch Instagram and YouTube says, if I'm being honest, second half wasn't too bad. Yes, I'd agree to some extent. He says, just a shame Costa is afraid of heading the ball. But apart from that, a pretty decent game in my opinion. But a point's a point, better than no. I mean, yeah, a point is a point. I don't think a point is the end of the world. Just a shame that it's a point against Luton. If it was the other way around, a win against Luton and a point against Fulham, I would have taken that. But yeah, second half, I guess it wasn't too bad. But yeah, Costa. I mean, Helder Costa, Johnny, talk to me. I mean, it wasn't good. It wasn't good, was it?
No, it's frustrating. I first of all, I don't think he's not like the right player, but I don't think in this Leeds side where we're very much possession based, I don't think it suits him, the style of football that we play. I thought on the counter attack, he does show those sparks, and he had a few little turns of pace, little nutmegs where he brought some fouls near the edge of the penalty area in that second half. But he just doesn't. I don't know, that the end product I don't think is there. Some of the crosses are quite weak and don't always go to a man. Realistically, if you at the start of this season said, realistically, who do you think will be the better player, Helder Costa or Jack Harrison? You say Helder Costa all the way, but Jack Harrison's showing him up completely on that other wing. And
yeah,
again, it's his first season for Leeds. Jack Harrison last season wasn't great for Leeds. So, it can only give him time. I think he needs to adapt to this side. And like I say, I don't think the side of football we play really helps him as a pacey winger who likes to play on the break like they did with Wolves. He has shown sparks this season. I don't know, has he got like three goals this season? Which for a player who's played the majority of the season isn't great from the wide position. So I think we just need to give him a bit more time. He's almost had a whole season. So it's a weird one, but if we got to the Prem, he's coming with us. And I think he'll be a really exciting player to see in the Premier League, especially coming up against these better teams.
Yeah, definitely. I do think he does need probably a bit more time. Fidan on our YouTube says, hi from Macedonia. Very cool that people from Macedonia are watching. All for support for Leeds. Why Alioski is not playing from the start? I think he's just a good super sub, really, is Alioski. Yeah. I don't know about you, Johnny. He just seems a really good sub.
Yeah, definitely. I think he brings that energy into the team that if you have him at the start, maybe you can't really utilise at half time or in the 60th minute. I think if he is starting, he's got to play at left back for me. But then on the left wing, when he's come on, he's played really well. He hasn't played at left back so far after this restart. So he's a player that's really been hit or miss in his Leeds career, has gone through really consistent patches at left back and has been really, really good. But on the left wing hasn't just hit the mark and has been quite inconsistent. So, but he's a player that I think all the Leeds fans love just because he's so crazy and just, the way he just, celebrates with the crowd. It'd been great if he could have scored again today. And we've seen him celebrate with them. But, he's a fan favourite at the club. And I think, like you say, as a super sub, he's definitely really well utilised there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love Alioski. He just comes on and just runs about and just annoys people. So, I love him. I think he's great. David Coleman on YouTube says, I'm not disappointed with the performance at all. Just to finish. And I think that's the story of the night. Just poor finishing from Leeds United, not being able to capitalise on their chances. Prem Watch Instagram, say must have had at least 20 corners and all was crap. Yeah, definitely. A couple of fantastic saves, says Paul H. Yeah, Meslier, he didn't have a bad night. I do think that there are areas to improve. I mean, you can tell their keeper wanted that clean sheet. Definitely. Good, their keeper, what was his name? Sluga. Sluga, I think it
yeah.
was. Yeah, I mean, apparently he had this bet with his manager. His manager said to him, "If you keep a clean sheet tonight, I'll pay for your wedding." So yeah, a big incentive for
Oh, really?
Sluga to
Right.
keep a clean sheet. And yeah, I mean, yeah, their keeper, he was saving loads. Just Dallas managed to beat him. Luckily, David Coleman on YouTube says, "Yep, our corners were garbage." Yeah, no other way to put it, really. 6 points ahead with 6 games to go. 4 wins should do it, I think. Yep, I mean, yeah, 4 wins. I mean, it's 4 wins against, we got some tough games coming up. The next game is Blackburn away. We don't usually do too well away at Blackburn. If we're 4 wins, we're up, right? Yeah. Yeah, everyone's saying 4 wins and a draw to guarantee. Yeah, 4 wins and a draw to guarantee from now. Have a look at the comments here. Barnes, I'm going to go with Barnes on YouTube. It says if he gives that pen, he needs to give Luton's one in the first half. Yeah, I think I missed Luton's one, to be honest. So I can't really comment on that one.
I don't know if it was that Berardi one where it looked like he.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the one where I think Jermaine Beckford on the LUTV commentary said it was on the edge of the box. They've got a better angle at it than we have. But I must admit, when it did happen, I was looking straight at the referee, thinking, "Don't blow your whistle," and point to the spot there. I definitely, if it was in the box, could have been. But I can't remember if they had another one as well. I think they might have had another one before that. But yeah, none of them were given. So
yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't concentrate 100% on these games behind closed doors because I just find it hard to keep my eyes glued to the screen when there's not much, not much else going on.
Yeah.
David Coleman on YouTube says Bamford should have scored more than 14. Yeah, completely agree. Don't forget he's missed the most big chances in the division by a distance. Yeah, definitely. I mean, those 14 goals, quite a lot of them are tap-ins just because, he gets them put on a plate for him. With the chances Bamford gets, he should be on 20 odd right now, but yeah, he's only on 14. And I've said it plenty of times, so I just don't think Bamford's good enough, really. Prem Watch Instagram on YouTube says, to be fair, I know it's for Championship and it's Leeds, but I think the game we should be really worried about are Blackburn and Derby. Yes, I definitely do think Blackburn away because we never do too well against Blackburn, and we'll come on to that game in a second. Possibly Barnsley as well, he said. Yeah, Barnsley's always a banana skin, but at home we seem to beat him. Michael Probert on YouTube says, worst game I've seen Leeds play in 2 seasons. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I think we've seen a lot worse games this season than last season. Yeah, slightly harsh that. I think I don't think we were too bad. Just failed to put away chances. David Coleman on YouTube says, I'm too worried about getting up to talk about what we do if we go up. Yeah, I mean, let's go up first before we start talking about parties and everything, shall we? Michael Probert on YouTube, we don't deserve to go up with performance like that, Costa and White. I mean, yeah, I said it in my match preview. If you're a team wanting to go up, these are the games you need to win. And quite frankly, if you don't win these games, then you probably don't deserve to go up.
It's true. It is true. I think that's what we look back at last year with the Wigan game. If we can't put away a 10-man Wigan side, do you really deserve to go up? I think on the balance of play overall this season, we do deserve to go up. We are one of the best teams and have had some cracking results this season. But this is what worries me about our run-in. We look at it and you go, right, we haven't got any more of the top 6 to play. But realistically, Barnsley are fighting for their lives. So are Luton. So are Charlton. Who else we got now? Blackburn, like you say, is a massive bogey team for us, especially away from home. So those sort of games do worry me, like tonight. They remind me so much of that Wigan game last season. So, yeah, it's going to be a nervy run-in. I think if we'd have won tonight, it'd been so much more comfortable, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think this result tonight is just put everyone back down to reality, that it is going to be, a hard run-in. Robbie Pollard on YouTube says, passing tonight was sloppy. Yes, I'd agree. I think Leeds were just, really short on ideas, really. Let me have a look at more of these comments here. Here we go. Avan on YouTube, Bamford and Costa score that easy chance and it's almost beyond reach for the chasing pack. Yeah, I mean, if we put away all the chances we're creating, then we'd be miles ahead. But the Championship is just a very hard league. That's for maybe look. got to say, Costa seems scared to head of a ball. Yeah, I mean that head of at the end, I don't know what that was. I mean, yeah, that should have been the winner. Really, really should have been the winner. Michael Probert on YouTube says we should win the next two. I hope. I mean, yeah, we should, but I don't think it's going to be. Don't think it's going to be too easy. But let's get on to the next few games then, shall we? So, yeah, first of all, finishing off tonight. So, yeah, 1-0 draw for Leeds against Luton at home. Reading, they lost 3-0 to Brentford at home. So, Brentford with a big 3 points there. And Fulham as well, who were 1-0 down after 1 minute away at QPR, ended up winning 2-1. So, Leeds were still top of the league on 75 points, 4 points above West Brom, who are in second. But they have a game in hand. They play tomorrow night, I think. And now we are just 6 points clear of third. I mean, Johnny, are you worried?
I'm not worried just yet. I think, say if we had taken one of those chances, even though it wouldn't have really improved the performance, everyone would have been so much happier just because it's those extra 3 points. So I'm not too worried yet. I think these next few games are crucial. They really are. I was listening to the Square Ball today, and they were saying that realistically, if we don't win this game today, which we haven't, but if we lose it and lose the next game, then that Fulham game, where everyone was so happy, just seems a bit not pointless, but we didn't really come to much. So definitely true there. But I'm not worried. I think these next few games are so crucial. I'm just praying Sheffield Wednesday do us a favour tomorrow night against West Brom, and I think Wigan have got Brentford soon as well, and they beat Stoke 3-0 I think today. So that's not an easy game for them. I think if Fulham can just drop off, which I was hoping they do, even if they drew tonight at QPR, that's not a great result for them. Then it looks like it's Brentford who can try and catch us or West Brom. But again, Fulham have got themselves slightly back into it. It looks like a 4-horse race for those top 2 spaces now. So I'm not worried just yet, but I think these next 2 games in the next week, Blackburn and then Stoke, if we can get 2 wins out of that, we're flying. If we can't and it's 2 losses, then that's when the panic button sort of sets in, really. I don't know about you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you mentioned Fulham there, and you think that they're back in it. I mean, their striker Mitrovic is banned for another 2 games, so yeah, hopefully that plays a part in the games. Hopefully, they do struggle a bit and do slip away over the next few games. Yeah, I think the next 2 games are massive. Of course, the next game is on Saturday away at Blackburn Rovers. I mean, Blackburn, they did lose 2-0 away at Barnsley tonight, but Leeds going away to Blackburn, we never do too well there. I mean, Johnny, what do you see happening in that game? Do you think we could get the 3 points?
To be honest, I think we've got a better chance than what we had tonight. I think with the way that the team set up, Blackburn aren't too defensive. I think Tony Mowbray's got them playing a good brand of football. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Armstrong. I'm not too sure. Got sent off for them. One of their strikers got sent off today, so he won't be playing in that game. I think again it's tough. It's a bogey place to go for us. I'm trying to remember the last time we won there. I think we got promoted last season, and then we beat them in like 2017 when Dallas and like Janssen scored that last minute header.
I think that was the last time we beat them away.
Yeah, we haven't beaten them away since, and not many times before that either. So it'll definitely be a tough game. I think. I can't see changes being made to the starting 11 unless Hernandez starts again, which I'd love to see him start. I'd say keep Alioski on the bench because, again, he provides that energy and that impact as a sub. But I just hope we win. I hope we don't have to spend, again, 70 minutes trying to break down the team. I just want to get that first goal, and then it looks like, we don't really lose from winning positions that often. So just hopefully we can get that first goal. That first goal, again, is so crucial.
Yeah. Do you think after tonight, I mean, of course, 1-1 draw, 1 point, I don't think, a point is the end of the world, really. But do you think now going into Saturday's game with a point tonight, do you think Saturday's game is a must win now? Because if we lose that and Brentford win, that's all of a sudden, down to 3 points. If we draw on Saturday and Brentford win, then it's down to 4 points. So, yes, is Saturday's game a must win now for you?
Like you say, it depends what everyone else does. I think if West Brom don't win tomorrow, then I don't think it becomes a must win because they've still got to be chased before us, and that gap between us and them is still 4 points. So I think again, if Fulham can tail off, that'd be great. If they could just accept playoffs, but yeah, they're not going to obviously, but if they could, that'd be great. I think for confidence wise, I think it is probably a must-win. But I think it depends on what everyone else does. If we can pick up a point, and then Brentford and West Brom don't really pick up too many points, then it's not too bad away at Blackburn. But if I don't know if when we play compared to other teams, but if the other two teams pick up wins and three teams around us, then it definitely becomes a must-win.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree. Let's run through these final few comments then. So David Coleman on YouTube says, Luton parked the bus well and put a lot in, but against mid-table and lower teams, they need to actually go and win. Those games will determine if they stay up. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's bigger games to come for Luton, but the point tonight for them will go a long way. And yeah, credit to Luton. They did defend well and got the job done. David Coleman also says, I'm not betting on Brentford not winning all their remaining games. I mean, yeah, Brentford, they seem to be on a roll. 3-0 victory away at Reading. They are on a roll, so hopefully someone puts a stop to that. Mitrovic on YouTube says, Luton are fighting for their lives, only one loss in 9 for us, so we were always going to make life difficult for Leeds. You're the best team in the league, you just lack a top centre forward. Yeah, I mean, that's a Luton fan there saying we lack a top centre forward. Everyone who we seem to come up against, who we miss sitters against, they always seem to say, you need a better striker. And yeah, I'd agree, but in the Championship, those are hard to come by, and they're also very expensive strikers who are clinical. Joke on YouTube says, if we had Chris Wood in the side, we would be crowned champions by now. We are pissing a prolific striker for sure. I'm guessing he means missing there. I mean, to be honest, Chris Wood, I mean, would he fit into Bielsa team? I don't think he would, but he was a clinical striker, and any other season, I'd say, with Chris Wood in the team instead of Bamford, we'd definitely be scoring more goals and be right up there. Stephen Darcy on YouTube says, too many players are not on it since the restart, as the player panic started again. I don't think it has. I just think, we need to find our feet again. I think after the next few games or so, we will start to play, fantastic Bielsa football. But, I'd agree with you there, Stephen. Since the restart, a lot of players have been, really slow, really sluggish. But, Bielsa's football, it's high intensity. It's hard to get back into. So, John, it's not time to panic yet, is it?
No, not to panic yet. We've got 6 games left. There's a long way to go. And realistically, if you think about it, if we win at the weekend and other teams drop points, then we've become like the most positive fan base in the league again. So it's just a massive roller coaster with Leeds. This is part of it, and it's not a loss. It's still 6 points with 6 games, so they've got to average that point a game gap on us. So it's ours for the taking. It's still in our hands, and definitely not time to panic yet. No.
Yeah, definitely. David Coleman on YouTube, I think today was very different to Wigan last season. Yeah, definitely. We literally fell apart last season, but tonight was broadly okay. Enough chances to win. Yeah, definitely just failed to put away those chances. And he also says, I think we have 3 home games which are must win, and we need to win at least 1 away. Yeah, definitely. I mean, 4 wins and a draw, some were saying earlier, and that would guarantee it. So I think the home games we need to win, and then a few away games would be nice. And the last comment here from Doma says, a draw against Fulham and a win against Luton, people wouldn't be moaning. Still 4 points. Yeah, exactly. I said that earlier. If we swapped them around, we got a draw against Fulham and a point and win against Luton. No one would be furious. But just because it's the other way around, actually, and we actually beat Fulham and drew against Luton, everyone's fuming. So I think, a 1-1 draw, a point tonight, it's not the end of the world. I mean, we just need to stay calm and keep the faith and just move on, really. So Blackburn away on Saturday. Johnny, we spoke about it earlier, but let's get a score prediction from you for Saturday's game.
I think we'll concede. I think it'll be 2-1 Leeds. I think.
2-1 Leeds, yeah, I think it'll be 2-1 Leeds United as well. But I think we'll leave it there. I think we've covered everything. A lot of comments coming in, so thank you very much for your comments. Really was interesting to read all of your guys' thoughts on that game, and a lot of viewers as well. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, share, and subscribe, and follow all things Leeds on social media. It's all scrolling at the bottom of the screen right now. Johnny, thank you for joining me tonight. Really do appreciate it, mate. And and we're going to try and be live after every game left of the season. Me and Johnny, or anyone else who wants to join, we're going to try and be live after every single game. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, so you don't miss a single show. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Thank you everyone for watching. Yeah, as I say, make sure to leave a like, share, subscribe, follow. Johnny, what's your YouTube and Twitter? Do a shout out.
YouTube is just Johnny Chick. I think I've probably got time to record a little post match, which will hopefully go up tonight, tomorrow morning. And Twitter is Johnny Chick with 2 underscores.
Yeah, Johnny's writing is good and videos really good as well. Really enjoying the content at the moment, Johnny. So definitely do keep that up. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining. And until next time, we will see you later.